So hello students, come back. We were discussing AP history previous year questions, the platform called Abhiram Ias. Now in this session we are going to learn few conceptual based questions, at the same time previous year questions from a chapter called Kakatiyas. So in the previous sessions we made efforts to explain you people to demarcate how AP history syllabus got demarcated into ancient, medieval and modern. So we did complete ancient Andhra Desha. As part of medieval Andhra Desha, there are totally 6 chapters. So in the previous videos, like we have learned Vengi Chalukyans, previous year questions from Vengi Chalukyans, at the same time conceptual based questions followed by regional dynasties. Now in this session we'll start about Kakatiyas. As I was telling in the previous sessions, in ancient, Shatavahanas to be focused. When it comes to in medieval, Kakatiyas followed by Vijayanagara Empire and Qutub Shahis, like the most important chapters you call them, right? So start with Kakatiyas, right? So the significance of Kakatiyas, in fact, while you're reading political history, the significance of Kakatiyas were the masters of Andhra Desha, we call it. So entire political history revolves around 2 components, that is political unity and political disunity. Rajakiya Aikyata, Rajakiya Anaikyata ante Telugulo manaku political unity ante Shatavahanas vastaru. Shatavahanas. So Shatavahanas earliest rulers in Andhra Desha to bring all what we call territories under their control. So Andhra Desha for the first time experienced political unity under Shatavahanas. And after the decline of Shatavahanas, forget about political unity. Where? In Andhra Desha. After Shatavahanas, once again Andhra Desha experienced political unity under the guidance of Kakatiyas. Under the guidance of Kakatiyas. So Kakatiyas, have an extremely important what do we call area, an extremely important role in medieval Andhra Desha. So with this background, start with first question. So who are Lenkas? As I was telling, technical terms to be focused. While you're reading administration, while you're reading civil administration, revenue administration, military administration, this particular question related to military administration, even judicial administration, socio-economic and cultural conditions, you come across technical terms. Our technical terms to okati rendu chooskondi. So who are Lenkas annappudu option A, law and order officers. Option B, bodyguards of an emperor, and option C, the in charge of cavalry, and option D, the in charge of infantry. Cavalry manam Telugulo Ashvikadala antam, infantry manam Telugulo Kalbalamu antam. So the right answer for this question, who are Lenkas annappudu, the bodyguards of an emperor. Angarakshaka Dalamu antam, like modern gunmen kind of, right? So Lenkas, the bodyguards of emperors. Kakatiya rulers have bodyguards, they were called as Lenkas. The second question, in fact, manaku ee question even Telangana Public Service Commission lo kuda adigadam jarigindi. Second question, where is the Jain temple of Mahavir, which is more than 2000 years old, located at Annappudu? So option A, Nandikonda, option B, Draksharamam, option C, Kolanupaka, and option D, Alampur. The right answer for this question, option C, Kolanupaka, Yadadri Bhongel district of Telangana state. In fact, while you're reading Shatavahanas, a chapter we have learnt in the previous sessions, will be once again, early Shatavahanas were Jains. Apply the same to words, early Kakatiyas were also Jains. So being a Jain rulers, early Shatavahanas built a Jain Basadi. Jaina Devalayana manam Basadi suntam. Early Shatavahanas built Basadi at a place called Kolanupaka. Now this particular Basadi was further enlarged by early Kakatiya rulers who are also associated with Jainism. So right answer for this question, option C, that is Kolanupaka. The third question, which of the following statements is / are incorrect? Option A, all the Telugu speaking areas were under the control of the Kakatiyas. మనం ఇందాక రెఫర్ చేశాం, దట్ ఈస్ another tag called political unity and political disunity. రాజకీయ ఐక్యత, రాజకీయ అనైక్యత. The first dynasty to be brought Telugu speaking territories under one umbrella, Shatavahanas, and another dynasty, Kakatiyas. So first statement is correct. All the Telugu speaking areas were under the control of the Kakatiyas. First statement is correct. Question is incorrect. Second statement, the Yadavas invaded the Kakatiya kingdom. కొంచెం పక్కన పెట్టండి. Now come to the third statement. Kakatiyas were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas. In fact, correct. Strictly speaking, మనకు అంటే Indian history, especially when you're reading regional history, I always instruct the aspirants, read regional history. అది Indian history, I mean AP history కానివ్వండి, తెలంగాణ history and culture కానివ్వండి. So read the respective regional histories with the background of Indian history. So when you read Indian history with the background of regional history with the background of Indian history, you can easily answer such kind of questions. For example, take an example of this. So early medieval age, అంటే ఇండియన్ హిస్టరీలో భాగంగా ఎర్లీ మిడివల్ ఏజ్, ఈ ఎర్లీ మిడివల్ ఏజ్లో మనకు నార్త్ ఇండియాలో కొన్ని డినాస్టీ, రాజ్పూట్ డినాస్టీస్ అంటాం, ఈస్టర్న్ ఇండియాలో కొన్ని డినాస్టీస్ ఉన్నాయి. వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు డెక్కన్ ఎర్లీ మిడివల్ ఏజ్, డెక్కన్ వాజ్ రూల్డ్ బై రాష్ట్రకూటాస్ అండ్ ఫాలోడ్ బై కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యన్స్. So when Deccan was commanded by Rashtrakutas had so many feudatories. One among them was Kakatiyas. After the decline of Rashtrakutas, Kalyani Chalukyans became the masters in Deccan, and it is not exaggerated to say how Kakatiyas were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas. The same Kakatiyas also became the feudatories of Kalyani Chalukyans. So the the third one, Kakatiyas were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas, correct. And fourth one, the Kakatiyas fought with the Pandyas. In fact, manamu previous video lo chesam, just go through. We found conflicts between Nellore kingdom and Pandyas. When Pandyas invaded Nellore kingdom, what is response of Nellore ruler by name Manumasiddhi? Manumasiddhi sought the help of Ganapati Deva, and Ganapati Deva sent forces. The combined forces were defeated by Pandyas antam. So Kakatiya forces, at the same time Nellore forces were combinedly defeated by Pandyas antam. So even the fourth one is also correct. Third one is also correct, and mali incorrect enti annappudu option B, the Yadavas invaded the Kakatiya kingdom. In fact, we found so many battles between North Deccan rulers and South Deccan rulers. We were discussing the Deccan history. The entire Deccan, after the decline of Kalyani Chalukyan territories, so entire Deccan divided into two halves. North Deccan was ruled by Yadava dynasty, South Deccan was ruled by Kakatiyas. We found constant conflicts between Yadavas and Kakatiyas. ఏంటి సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ అన్నప్పుడు, సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ వచ్చేసి మనకు కృష్ణా గోదావరి బేసిన్, ఆబ్వియస్లీ fertile lands, Krishna Godavari basin. Besides Krishna Godavari basin, we also found sectarian conflicts. When I say sectarian conflicts, Yadavas belonged to Vaishnavism. When it comes to Kakatiyas, belonged to Shaivism. So two reasons were responsible for constant conflict between North Deccan rulers and South Deccan rulers are Yadavas versus Kakatiyas annappudu, Krishna Godavari basin and sectarians. We have to understand, on many occasions Kakatiyas were defeated, but never Kakatiyas accepted the power of Yadavas, or Yadavas annexed Kakatiya territories into Yadava territories. On few occasions Kakatiyas were defeated by Yadavas. So the right answer for third question, option B. The question is on incorrect statement annappudu, the Yadavas invaded the Kakatiya kingdom. It's an incorrect statement. అంటే క్వశ్చన్ ని ఆన్సర్ చేయాలంటే ఈ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండాలి. దెన్ ఓన్లీ you can go for accurate answer. The fourth question. Kakatiyas built the Ramappa temple. In fact, it's a general question. మనకు frequently exams లో questions అడిగారు, including UPSC లో కూడా ఈ question అడిగారు. Kakatiyas built Ramappa temple at Palampet. which is named after, the temple is named after which of the following personalities అని క్వశ్చన్ అడిగాడు. దట్ ఈస్ ఆప్షన్ ఏ రుద్రదేవ, ఆప్షన్ బి రుద్రమాదేవి, ఆప్షన్ సి గణపతి దేవ అండ్ ఆప్షన్ డి నన్ ఆఫ్ ది అబౌవ్. లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ ద రైట్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్, ఆప్షన్ డి నన్ ఆఫ్ ది అబౌవ్. The question is on whose name, like gave the temple. It's basically it's a Shiva temple, that is Ramappa Shiva temple, otherwise called as Ramappa temple annappudu. The temple is named after its sculptor Ramappa. Ramappa is the name of the sculptor. Manam Telugulo Shilpi antam. Perhaps in India the only temple which is named after a sculptor. భారతదేశంలో ఈ టెంపుల్కు ఒక శిల్పి యొక్క పేరును పెట్టడం జరిగింది అంటాం. సో రైట్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్ ఆప్షన్ డి. In fact, you can also like on the focus. Recently, Ramappa temple got recognition from UNESCO. What are the advantages of if a temple or if a monument gets recognized by UNESCO? ఈ areas మీద కూడా focus చేయండి. Fifth one, identify the wrong pair, incorrect, wrong pair. So on one hand, names of the inscriptions, on the other hand, names of the inscribers. Option A, Hanmakonda inscription, Rudradeva. In fact, correct. Hanmakonda Veyi Stambala Gudi Shasnam antam Telugulo. Hanmakonda temple inscription, Rudradeva, which explains the political victories of what we call say Rudradeva, otherwise called as Pratapa Rudra the First. Pratap Rudra the First. Option B, Bayaram tank inscription, Vedamba. కొంచెం పక్కన పెట్టండి. ఆప్షన్ సి పాలంపేట్ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ రేచర్ల రుద్ర, కరెక్ట్. అండ్ ఆప్షన్ డి మోటుపల్లి ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ గణపతి దేవ, మోటుపల్లి అభయ శాసనము అంటాం తెలుగులో. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఈవెన్ వాజ్ ప్రైజ్డ్ బై అ ఫారిన్ ట్రావెలర్ బై నేమ్ Marco Polo, who paid his visit when Rudramadevi was the ruler of Kakatiya kingdom. So Marco Polo ఏం చెప్తారంటే Kakatiyas, perhaps no rulers in contemporary world took special arrangements or special measures to protect foreign trade, foreign traders, and they ensured all sorts of facilities to be given to foreign traders. So malli enti incorrect pair annappudu Bayaram tank inscription Vedamba. It's a Bayaram tank inscription. So Bayaram tank inscription evaru veyincharu annappudu it's an Mailambika, the sister of Ganapati Deva. One more. Sammaka, Saraka and their armies lost their lives fighting with which of the following kings? It's a very factual based question, you call it. That is Prataparudra II. According to tribal legendary, Prataparudra II commanded vast territories, including the tribal Medaram territories. The tribal head was, what do we call? We have the tribal head by name Pagididda Raju, the tribal head. So he failed in paying taxes to Kakatiyas, to be specific, Prataparudra II. It was not digested by Prataparudra II, and the tribal legend says Prataparudra II sent forces, and we found a fierce battle between tribal forces, Pagididda Raju forces and Kakatiya's army, wherein the tribal forces shattered to pieces. And especially his family members, Sammaka, Saralaka, Jampana and others, they got killed in the battlefield antam. So ఎవరి కాలంలో యుద్ధం జరిగింది అన్నప్పుడు రెండవ ప్రతాపరుద్ర కాలం జరిగింది అంటాం. Seventh one, the famous dance of Kakatiya period, which was performed by the soldiers of Kakatiya region. It's one of the patent questions. That is option A, Chindu Nataka, option B, Yakshaganam, option C, Perini Shivatandavam, and option D, Kakati Keli or Kakati Kelia. In some texts you also come across Kakati Kelia. The right answer for this question, it's in Perini Shivatandavam. And few might have aware Perini Shivatandavam. It's an it's an official dance form of Telangana state. When it comes to official dance form of Andhra Pradesh, happen to be Kuchipudi. Eighth question. Identify the following statements. First statement, Motupalli Abhaya Shasana was written by Rudradeva. మనం ఇందాక రాసుకున్న మోటుపల్లి అభయ శాసన వాజ్ రిటన్ బై గణపతి దేవ. అభయము, ప్రొటెక్షన్. Motupalli, it's in the port town of Kakatiyas, which comes in Prakasham district of Andhra Pradesh. So Motupalli Abhaya Shasana. First statement, Motupalli Abhaya Shasana was written by Rudradeva. Second statement, Palkuriki Somanatha wrote the book called Pandita Radhya Charita. In fact, the factual information. Palkuriki Somanatha, one of the Shaiva saints, you call, one of the, like, saints who was associated with Veerashaivism. He propagated Veerashaivism in Kakatiya territories, authored so many, what we call, say, books. Basav Puranam ganivandi, Panditaradya Charita ganivandi, it's incorrect. And third statement, Badyana wrote the book called Nitya Ratnavali. It's an incorrect. In fact, Nitya Ratnavali was written by, what do we call, Jayapa Senani, right? Nitya Ratnavali, it was written by Jayapa Senani. Jayapa Senani, మనం జనరల్గా ఏమంటామంటే తెలుగులో బావమర్ది అంటాం. బావమర్ది ఆఫ్ గణపతి దేవ. So he was Sanskrit scholar at the same time, the Senani of Ganapati Deva. Right? He wrote half a dozen Sanskrit books. We generally discuss 3 books, happened to previous questions. That is Nitya Ratnavali, Geeta Ratnavali, and Vaidya Ratnavali. So third statement goes, Badyana wrote the book called Nitya Ratnavali. It's an incorrect. Fourth one, Kakati Mailamba inscribed the Bayaram tank inscription. Correct. So the question goes, select the correct statements from the statements given below. Annappudu. So Palkuriki Somanatha wrote Panditaradya Charita. Correct. And fourth one, Kakati Mailamba Bayaram tank inscription. Correct. There is 2 and 4. Option B is the right answer. 2 and 4. Option B. The ninth question, Triprantakam inscription refers Nayankara system. The military administration Kakatiyas were called as Nayankars. By the time you go to Vijayanagar period, the military administration of Vijayanagar Empire called as Amara Nayankara system. So Triprantakam inscription refers Nayankara system. Correct. Palkuriki Somanatha wrote Panditaradya Charita. Manam indaka discuss chesam. Badyana wrote a book called Nitya Ratnavali. Incorrect. And the Bayaram tank inscription refers Kakatiyas as Shudras. Bayaram tank inscription was written by Mailambika, the sister of Ganapati Deva. What is the content of Bayaram tank inscription? Annappudu, Bayaram tank inscription gives the genealogy of Kakatiyas. At the same time, the inscription refers Kakatiyas were Shudras. అంటే ఈ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్లో, ఈ శాసనంలో మైలాంబిక ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మేము శూద్రులము అని చెప్తున్నాం. మనకు చాలా ఎగ్జామ్స్లో క్వశ్చన్స్ అడిగారు. విచ్ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ రెఫర్స్ కాకతీయాస్ యాజ్ శూద్రాస్ అన్నప్పుడు ఇట్స్ అన్ బయారం ట్యాంక్ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్. సో ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ కరెక్ట్, సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కరెక్ట్, అండ్ ఫోర్త్ వన్, థర్డ్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఇన్కరెక్ట్. 1, 2 and 4. ఆప్షన్ డి ఈజ్ రైట్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ 9th question. 10th one, match the following. On one hand, names of the dynasties are kingdoms. On the other hand, their capitals. As I was telling, at least one question we generally get from kingdoms and capitals. To begin with, chala easy ga answer cheyochu ilanti questions ku. Kakatiyula Rajadani annappudu Hanmakonda. 1 C unda undi. That's an answer. అయిపోయింది. Shatavahanas, Kotilingala, 3A. So right answer for 10th question, option C. Rashtrakuta's capital, Manyakheta, and Vakataka capital, Vatsa Gulmar. So Kakatiyas, Hanmakonda, Rashtrakutas, Manyakheta, Shatavahanas, Kotilingala, Vakatakas, Vatsa Gulmar. 11th one. So names of the books on the other hand, names of the scholars on the other hand, on one hand, on the other hand, names of the books. Jayapa Senani, మనం ఇందాక రాసుకున్నాము. Nitya Ratnavali, Geeta Ratnavali, and Vaidya Ratnavali. Jayapa Senani, Geeta Ratnavali. Gona Buddha Reddy, Ranganatha Ramayanam. So A4, B3, Palkuriki Somanatha, Basava Puranam, and Tikkana Somayaji, Nirvachanottara Ramayanam. So A4, జాయపసేనాని, గీతరత్నావళి. A4 గోన బుద్ధారెడ్డి, రంగనాథ రామాయణం. B3 రంగనాథ రామాయణం, గోన బుద్ధారెడ్డి. తిక్కన సోమయాజి, నిర్వచనోత్తర రామాయణం. తిక్కన సోమయాజి, నిర్వచనోత్తర రామాయణం. అండ్ పాల్కురికి సోమనాథ, బసవ పురాణం. 12th one, which one of the following artists popularly known as the father of హరికథ? అంటే హరికథ ఉద్యమానికి పితామహుడు అని ఎవరిని అంటారంటే ఇట్స్ అన్ ఫ్యాక్చువల్ క్వశ్చన్, దట్ ఈస్ ఆదిభట్ల నారాయణ దాసు. రైట్. ఏంటి హరికథ మూమెంట్ అన్నప్పుడు లైక్ ప్రాపగేటింగ్ వైష్ణవిజం ఆర్ ప్రాపగేటింగ్ విష్ణు భక్తి త్రూ సాంగ్స్ అండ్ డాన్స్. హరికథ మనం ఈవెన్ మనకంటే ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో పెద్ద పండుగ అయినటువంటి ఈ సంక్రాంతి ఏదైతే ఉందో, మనకి సంక్రాంతి ఈ టైంలో అంటే ఈ పండుగ టైంలో మనకు హరిదాసులు వస్తుంటున్నమాట. మళ్ళీ ఈ హరిదాసులు ఇక్కడ నుంచే వాళ్ళ జర్నీ ప్రారంభమైంది అంటాం. మళ్ళీ దీనికి అంటే ఈ హరికథ ఉద్యమానికి పితామహుడు ఎవరు అంటే ఇట్స్ అన్ ఆదిభట్ల నారాయణ దాసు. 14th one, identify which of the following is correct. The Kakatiyas initially made Garuda royal emblem, which is Rashtrakuta's insignia. And the second statement, later Kakatiyas made Varaha a royal emblem, which is the Kalyani Chalukya's royal insignia antam. As I was telling, మనం ఇందాక రాసుకున్నాము, దట్ ఈస్ ఎర్లీ మిడివల్ ఏజ్లో డెక్కన్ను రాష్ట్రకూటాస్ పరిపాలించారు అండ్ వాళ్ళ పతనం తర్వాత కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యులు పరిపాలించారు. సో కాకతీయాస్ were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas and they were also feudatories of Kalyani Chalukyans. When Kakatiyas were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas, Kakatiyas took that is Garuda as a royal emblem of them, because Garuda was a royal emblem of Rashtrakutas. అంటే రాష్ట్రకూటల రాజకీయ లాంఛనం అంటాం, లేదా రాజకీయ చిహ్నం అంటాం, రాయల్ ఎంబ్లమ్, రాయల్ ఇన్సిగ్నియా, వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ కాల్ ఇట్. Since Garuda was a royal emblem of Rashtrakutas, so Kakatiyas followed the same royal emblem, that is Garuda, because they were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas. Now the question is, after the decline of Rashtrakutas come to Kalyani Chalukyans. Now second statement says, first statement is correct. Second statement says, the later Kakatiyas, Mali Kakatiyulu antam Telugulo, the later Kakatiyas made Varaha, one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Varaha, royal emblem of మళ్ళీ కాకతీయాస్ కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యన్స్ అన్నప్పుడు కాకతీయులు కూడా వరాహాన్ని రాజకీయ లాంఛనంగా తీసుకున్నారు, బికాస్ కాకతీయాస్ వర్ ద ఫ్యూడేటరీస్ ఆఫ్ కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యన్స్. ద రైట్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ఆప్షన్ సి. బోత్ ది స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఆర్ కరెక్ట్. Right. So these are the important previous, at the same time what we call conceptual based questions. So with this we'll have a pause. In the next class we'll continue another chapter, that is the age of Reddy Nayakas. మనకు కొండవీటి రెడ్లు, మనకు రెడ్డి నాయకాస్, చిన్న రాజ్యాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఆ రాజ్యాల గురించి ప్రీవియస్గా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏ విధంగా అడిగారు, మళ్ళీ మనకు కాన్సెప్చువల్ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏ విధంగా ఫ్రేమ్ చేయొచ్చు అనే దాని గురించి మనం డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. విత్ దిస్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ పాస్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.